Welcome to Seven Trumpets Prepper. Guys, in this video, I want to tell y'all a real quick note before I get started is that if you didn't see the other video that I published, my content now is over on Odysee. So the link is in the video description below, so you can pop over there. I'm going to be posting a ton of content nowadays that I can't post over on YouTube. The Pope video that I shared here on YouTube, got a strike and got it took down, is now public and streaming over on Odysee, along with pretty much 90-something% of all my other content. It's over there now. That's going to be my permanent home. So eventually one day I'm going to probably leave YouTube before YouTube tells me to leave. So if you look for me, you can find me on Odysee. Links in video description below. And if you want to support the work over there, the support information's under there too. What I want to talk to you about in this video is clot shot and the murder poke. Now, a lot of stuff has went on in this past year to the point where that when somebody speaks out against it, they're silenced, disrespected, discredited, and thrown to the curb, right? Who was it? I can't think of that one singer girl the other day. Crazy singer. I hate her music. But anyway, she come out against, not taking the poke, and the next thing you know, everybody turned on her. Which, it just goes to show you how big this thing is. Now listen, I've talked about this a lot, but what I want to tell you today, and while I've had time to really start sorting stuff out, especially while I'm on vacation, is that if you look at the news, and I think this was just recently the other day, also on Alex Jones' channel, which, by the way, I found him on Odysee too, which is great. But they also shared this too on a recent stream. If you Google this, it's Department of Defense statistics on hospitalizations for the people that took the poke, right? Just Google some kind of that wording, right? Not poke, obviously. You know the word I'm going to be saying. But the Department of Defense said that 60% of all hospitalizations, especially in 65 years and older, were people who took the poke. A dark winter is ahead of us. It has been systematically created before our very eyes. This fourth industrial revolution, as has been said, and the Great Reset. You see the supply shortages, and I have looked at multiple things showing the boats setting off the coast, not being able to unload. That's not by accident. I know this has been situations being created. And if you look at all the people that have taken the said poke, and now to see where they are at now, health-wise, a lot of people, it's scary, folks, because I am noticing a trend that people are starting to disappear around me. Now, I'm not saying this for views and run up everything. Like the next few moments that I speak, this is just Luke talking, and then we'll go back to the rest of the video. But this is just me, like my literal lens set. I got up on Facebook today, Sabbath, got a moment to rest. I was looking up some people. I was looking up just various people, being like, what happened to these people? They're gone. Now, now, granted, I will say this. Maybe somebody unfriended me. Maybe some people's unfriended me, okay? I'm not in my feels about it. But I'm just saying there's a lot of people that I've turned around recently, and I've been like, let's just use Bob. Bob's a random name, right, for the person. And I'd be like, man, how's Bob been? I haven't talked to him in a while. Look, Bob's gone. Facebook's gone. Life's gone. Don't know where he's went. And not saying that because somebody's not on Facebook anymore, don't mean they don't exist. But, like, you go to these social media platforms, and you look for people. Just reach out to them, like, man, how you been? We need to catch up. They're gone, dude. Absolutely gone. And I'm starting to notice that, like, people are disappearing around me. It's creepy, but at the same time, I've anticipated it, because you go back and you're like, so-and-so did share that they were going to go do the deed. And then you look at your watch and you start counting time back, and you're like, they're probably in the graveyard now. That is terrible. It's absolutely terrible, and you just can't unsee this stuff at this point. And a lot of people, like the West Virginia governor, made sure to reiterate to people that 1 in 4 people in his state alone that were getting hospitalization and intensive care or whatever, 1 in 4 of them were dying. Now, ladies and gentlemen, a lot of the stats and stuff for medical things are not released right away. You have to understand that. So there's always like this year or two gap on stuff, and then you finally see, oh, well, that was that and that was that. Look at those risks. They're not out here telling you that. And like one of the reasons I moved from YouTube to Odysee is because that, like if you so much as try to point out just the simplest discrepancies on this one subject alone, next thing you know, you've got a strike, you've got your content deleted, you've got a warning, blah, blah, blah. That was enough to run me off from this platform. I mean, like if they ever send a survey out, why did you leave? Like it's going to be because freedom of speech died. I mean, it was bad enough y'all hate speech just on like flat earth, and then, I can't talk about who the true Hebrew Israelites is because apparently that's racism, saying that the people in the land ain't the people of the book. It's the so-called black men. And I can just start backlogging all these things that I wasn't allowed to talk about, or, got strikes and stuff over time. But like this was like the final straw that broke the camel's back for me and ran me off. And I don't miss this platform. Like I will be so glad when the majority of you guys go on over to Odysee. I've noticed that since I shared that, like a bunch of you guys are already starting to go over there, and I appreciate that. And that's only been, that just started this. So really, really happy about that. But the thing is, I don't know what to think about what's to come, because that these people are intent to accomplish what they have set out to do. I'm so sorry, guys. It needs sleepy all of a sudden. These people are not going to let up on this. So I think a lot of people, as we especially enter the pagan holidays that are coming up, a lot of people have been really crushed the past year or two. Lost jobs because of the shutdowns and all the things. And everybody is really clamoring for hope and to have a normal bunch of holidays again. Not that I care anything about the pagan holidays, but I think this winter they're going to double down on this whole deal, because you start the timeline running from when people give in to this thing, and especially those that participated in taking the poison, and you start running it forward to now. A lot of these people's health is drastically diminished. I mean, people that I would have never thought would gave into this and then did, and now to look at their health now, I'm like, you're just heartbeats from the grave. And that's so sad. I mean, just the fact that they self-deleted themselves. But this that's going on off the coast, and this that they're churning right now, and it's pretty bad that like the news that's coming out is coming out outside of where like the Department of Defense put that information out, not the CDC, not the places that you would be expecting to get this information, right? And so you're really, like, everybody's having to really look like over here and over there and under a rock to get the truth on stuff anymore. And by the time this winter rolls around, I think it is going to be a mess. And don't forget that Uncle Joe says that it's the pandemic of the unpoked, the unvaxxed. So, don't forget that as well. But guys, I'm going to tell you what, if you haven't got preps and supplies, if you haven't got stuff to at least get through 3 months, it really needs to be crunch time. I know when I finish this next customer's job, y'all willing, I'm going to take a lot of those proceeds and put toward a lot of the preps and stuff that I've still got on my checklist. I'm going to try to get it done, because I'm telling you, like, the core things that you need done, you really need to be ironing it out within this next year. This next year needs to be a real focus point year for all of us that's serious about the end days, to get it done, because not only is it getting to the point where resources are hard to find, it's going to get to the point where that if you have the ability to have resources to get the things you need, you're not going to be able to get them because they're trying to systematically break down society to where that you can't even prepare if you wanted to. That's what's really running red flags up to me at this point. Is it's like I cannot function in basic life at this point almost because of the madness that you're creating. Now on top of that madness, you're trying to cut me out from turning the resources in that I have into getting the tangible things I need to get by. And that's getting pretty wild out here, folks. But I'm gonna tell you what, this winter, I think sometimes the New World Order, it takes a while to get to where they're going. I think last year they really wanted that dark winter. I think this year is going to be that dark winter. Just some thoughts, guys, while on vacation. But as always, until we see again here at Seven Trumpets Prepper Channel, make sure to hit the Odysee link below. Sign up, subscribe. Make sure to get the notifications bell so that you don't miss content, because I have moved. There is content being uploaded on Odysee you're not seeing here on YouTube. If you see my content here on YouTube, know that there's other content on Odysee that is not being presented here for a various multitude of reasons. So guys, always till we see again, Seven Trumpets Prepper Channel. Hope Most High Yah Baruch you and keep you. Make his face shine upon you, show you favor, and give you shalom, my friends. In Yahushua name.